Hello friends! Today I have a fairly good size unboxing to do for you of my last Stampin' Up! Order. This has the new July, August Close to My Heart products in it. So I will show you what I got from there. I have been slowly collecting the Stampin' Up! Things, you know, ink pads and re-inkers. It's always hard when you're trying to collect a whole new collection of like ink pads and stuff when I had all the Close to My Heart inks. And so what I used to tell people with Close to My Heart when they were new to Close to My Heart, and I'm going to say the same thing about Stampin' Up! And is what I have been doing personally, is collect the inks slowly and collect the colors that match the papers that you're buying. So these are the ones that I've gotten in this order: Pretty Peacock, Basic Beige, Coastal Cabana, and Early Espresso. They're colors that I'm finding myself I wish I had as I'm creating. I have probably about 15, let's see, I'm looking at my stacks right now, 17 colors already, and I'm adding 4 more. And then I have a few re-inkers of the colors that I'm finding myself using a lot. Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, which are new in colors. And then I also got Berry Burst. These are the 3 re-inkers that I have so far. These are the first re-inkers I've bought. So let me go ahead and pull everything out of here, and I'll show you individually what I got, explain to you how I'm going to use it, and show you kind of some examples of how everything works. Okay, let's start with the Close to My Heart stuff, because I know this is what is brand new and everybody is excited about. So several of these ones here are already sold out. These sets sold out in minutes. I basically got on at midnight Mountain Time when they were available. I checked out so fast. I think I was checked out in like 1 or 2 minutes, like really, really fast. And I know people checked out within 10 minutes and these were gone. So I'm really, really sorry if you missed out on these. I knew that a lot of the stuff would go fast, but I'm hoping to at least use this one soon. And then look at how cute this camera set is. I'm hoping Stampin' Up! Comes out with some like camera theme stamps. I have no idea what they have coming up, but you know, cameras are just so great for so many different scrapbook layouts. You can use them on everything because we're scrapbooking photos. And then this road trip one with the matching thin cuts is awesome. Now this one is still available, and I wanted to show you a demo because it's really, really hard to appreciate all of the detail that is in these when you just look online. You can kind of see in this little example here that that is how all of these flowers are going to layer up. But let me go ahead and cut some of these because I want to show you how they actually look in real life. Okay, so this is how they all look when they're cut, and hopefully you can see that really pretty detail that it cuts in there too. And I'm going to do a little ink blending. I want to show you what it looks like when it's ink blended too, because that was my idea from the very start when I saw these. They're going to look amazing ink blended. And then I want to show you how I store my dies, because you saw how they come. This was just in a zip top bag, and I get these little sleeves from Amazon, and I will link to those down in the description below. I actually have 2 sets in here. So I've got the pinwheel labeled on here because I have a pinwheel set on here too on the back, and then I put this one in here and I need to label that one. But this is how the dies look, so you can see all of those little detail cuts right there. And make sure you note how this was put back on the sheet if you're going to take all of them off, because I took them all off, cut them all at once except for these ones right here. And then it was like a puzzle trying to get them back. But anyways, they do all fit on here, and it's nice that Close to My Heart's thin cuts came on this magnetic sheet, but you can get magnetic sheets on Amazon as well. I found 5x7. I haven't found any good 6x6 ones yet like this, but I've been getting 5x7s mostly to put in the stamp case for Stampin' Up! But the 6x6 fit in here perfectly. You can get a 4x6, or sometimes I get 2 4x6s and I'll put both 4x6s in here, and that would give you more real estate for these dies if you have them on 2 4x6s as well. But anyways, I just wanted to show you a little demo of how I would ink blend these. So I just have a little piece of my all-purpose mat here, and then we'll put this out, and let me get an ink blending brush. All right, so I grabbed Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock. These are two that I've been loving together, and that's why I needed the re-inkers, because I've been using these ones a lot. So the Petunia Pop, I'm just going to take that, and let me get the green out of the way. And we're just going to blend a little bit on here. And we're gonna layer up right in the middle, so I could kind of tap and start in the middle, but I'm just gonna tap off just to get that big amount of ink off so it doesn't make a big splotch on here. And then I'm still going to start in the middle because I want it to kind of start darker in the middle and go lighter on the outside. And so I'm just going to do this, and let you see how it is highlighting all of those little accent pieces. It's so pretty. So look at that. When you have little accent pieces or detail marks and dies like that, when you ink blend over it really helps those to stand out even more. So let's see, I need to look at the little cheat sheet here to see which one will lay on top of that. So that's this flower right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the same ink. I think what I'm going to do is go darker on this one, and see, I didn't dab off first. Sometimes it's hard to remember to do that every time. But I'm going to blend all the way out, and I'm going to try to get that a bit darker, and then I'm going to go a little bit lighter. And when you look at this, you can kind of see how this piece is darker, it gets a little lighter and a little lighter. So you could do that with cardstock and cut it in varying colors of cardstock, or you can ink blend. So I've got some ink on my fingers. I'm going to try not to get that on my piece here. And I'll just go maybe a little bit lighter on here. I think even if they're all the same color, it's gonna look really, really pretty. And this one is harder to get because it's smaller. But you can't really ink blend before cutting it, because then you won't get that detail of the ink getting stuck in those little crevices. So I think that's looking good. It's good enough for now, at least. You can get the idea of how these layer up, and then we'll just grab these and look at my little cheat sheet again. So there's not detail here because this is meant to layer on it. And then we'll grab this one, and this one actually tucks under here. And look at how beautiful that is. And then imagine cutting some leaves. So it's showing using this leaf with it, kind of coming out like that. And so you could do that, but you can make it fuller. So I like to add lots of leaves. These leaves all look the same, they're just varying sizes. I find that it's, I get the best result if I actually go in circles, like in a circular motion when I'm blending, but it's just kind of hard to do that on these pieces since they're already cut. You could put a little bit of tape adhesive on the back. I use scrap paper for this, can you tell? Put a little tape adhesive on the back and then adhere it to a scrap paper. Same with this, and then you would be able to ink blend on it without it moving around so much. But I just wanted to show you real quick. Look at how pretty that looks. That's gonna look beautiful as an accent on a scrapbook page or a card. I just think it's so pretty, and you have infinite possibilities between pattern paper, cardstock, ink colors, all of the above. So, so pretty. So it looks like they did have more of a substantial quantity of these because they are still available. So hopefully you are able to get your hands on this, and that this was able to show you why it is so amazing. Okay, back to the close to my heart stuff. I got this Gnomes for Summer Scrapbooking Stamp and Thin Cut set. It has some really great titles on there. I love this little hose with the spray thing. My kids play in the hose in the backyard with the sprayer, so that is going to get used. The little bike is so cute, so many cute icons, but especially the titles. I'm really excited about titles because we are very limited in titles with Stampin' Up, but now we have some more. Of course, I have all my stash too, but it's more fun to play with new stuff, right? This one is sold out, I believe, already. It's called This Happened, and this was a great one. It's got, you know, just a lot of documenting type stamps. I love these kind of stamp sets. And then these are still available. So this paper pack and sticker sheet is still available individually. This Gnomes for Summer paper pack is available only in the bundle. And in the bundle, you will get this stamp set, and then there's some glitter die cut shapes, the little gnome, the Build a Gnome kind of, you know, guy that's for summer, like all the other ones that Close to My Heart had, and then some other things. And it's a whole pack. It's like the bundles that Close to My Heart used to offer with, you know, one of everything in the whole suite. All right, so let me show you a close-up of this soda pop paper. This is so cute. I just love the colors. They're just so pretty. I love them. It's Lagoon, Sapphire, and Limeade. It's just a great combo, and there's some great titles in here to use. This is actually 3 stickers. So you've got this one, you've got kind of a frame for that, and then there's like this Polaroid kind of piece. So it's 3 stickers in one. On that one, there's no UV coating or anything on this. It's just a plain sticker sheet. And then let me turn all of these over so you can see all of the different patterns. This is kind of like a mix-in pack, but just in these colors that Close to My Heart would have had, because it's very neutral patterns that you can really use for anything. Such a pretty plaid. Love the stripe. I'm just such a sucker for stripes. I love the stripe. This is like little tiny squares. Hopefully it's focusing and picking that up. This one's like little cross hatches. Makes you dizzy if you look at it too long. This one, I'm guessing this is probably why it's called Soda Pop. I don't know, these little bursts kind of remind me of little pops. I don't know, it's just kind of a fun name. I'm not sure, there's no soda in it though. And then a cute little polka dot. I love this little polka dot. But this one brings in all the colors in the pack, and then the stripe and the plaid bring in all the colors of the pack. And then these ones are more like kind of supporting patterns. So I'm excited to start playing with that. And then let me show you the Gnomes for Summer. All right, so here is the sticker sheet. Really cute stuff. So as with all the other gnome collections, there are a couple of stickers with gnomes on them, but really it's just a really great summer collection. So fun stickers. And then I already did flip over all of these patterns. So the stripe, of course, that's my favorite. All of the gnome patterns have had sort of like a watercolor feel to them, and this is the same way. Really great for summer. So that brings in all the beautiful colors. This one has some fun words on it. That one is really fun. Love that. There is this fun kind of plaid. And then this is like an origami hat or boat. That's really fun. And then this one has a bunch of summer icons. So we've got that same hose that's on the stamp set. And then the stamp set also had a lot of these other icons. So the shell, the ice cream cone, the pineapple, and the sun. All of the icons go along with this. And then the back side of that is very similar icons, but with the gnomes. So again, if you are not a big gnomes fan, you can just use this side, and it's a really beautiful summery pattern. So that is the paper pack. And then let me bring in the other things that I got from Stampin' Up. Okay, so first up I got these little stackable trays, and these are for the blending markers. I've collected quite a few sets of these so far. I've gotten the colors that are different enough from my tri-blends, and they all match the Stampin' Up colors. So I don't have enough to quite fill this yet, but now I have a place to put all of my markers because they should stay sideways. So I got that, and then I got this little handy dandy one that's supposed to hold the stamp pad and the matching Stampin' Blend marker. Although I don't keep the Stampin' Blend marker in there, but you can. See, I've got a black one right here. So if I had the matching Pretty Peacock marker, I could just put that right here and keep them all together. But what I'm doing is just keeping the ink pad in there. And once you get the stickers on your ink pads, then the sticker is on the front. You can see what you're grabbing. The stickers are on the bottom, and you just peel them off. So there's two that say Pretty Peacock in English, so I've been putting one right here. and then one right here. That way when this is open and sitting on my desk and I'm looking down, when I'm standing up like I am now, I can still see what it is rather than having to kind of bend over and look at the side. So that's what I do with these. And I've got 3 of these already, so now this is my 4th, and I'll be able to fit all the ink pads that I have. And then there's a little topper. So I already had this, I just have my little Stampin' spots in there, but that actually will fit right on top, and that way it covers it. Kind of like the close to my heart ones if you had those. So I just have these now stacked right next to my close to my heart ones that I have right in front of me with easy access. All right, let's get into some of this fun stuff. So I got these little adhesive backed texture dots. Stampin' Up! Has so many fun little embellishments, and I've got most of them already. In fact, I thought about doing a video just showing all the little embellishments close up because they're so fun. They have so many good ones. And I didn't have these ones yet, and I've seen lots of my YouTube friends using them, and so of course I had to get them. And so these are just the texture dots. They're kind of like a bronzy color, almost like a silvery bronzy color. And then I got some of these iridescent adhesive back discs because I've been using them a lot. They're just so fun. They go really great with the Full of Life paper collection. And then I also got a bunch of extra stuff because when you guys place orders and I send a thank you card to you, I like to include a little bit of something, a little bit of happiness in there with your thank you card. So I get some extras and cut these into portions so that I can send those off to you. And I got a bunch of these butterflies this time too. So some of you might be getting these. Let me just open this and show you. Okay, so you get a whole bunch of sheets of these. I think it said it comes with 40 butterflies, so there must be 8 sheets of these, and they just pop out. They're just little die cut pieces that you can use on your cards or layouts, and they pop out very easily. Look at how pretty those are. So cute. So I got a bunch of those and thought those would be fun to send to you guys this month. And then I got this, this is the Petal Park Builder Punch because I love to add layers and flowers on my layouts and cards. I thought this would be a really quick way to just punch out some little flowers. In fact, I think I might put these on the thank you cards I send out this month, because one punch and you get the leaf and then you get the 3 layers of the flower, and then you just layer them up on each other and you have a really quick and easy layered flower. So really, really fun. So I'm excited about that punch. I've had my eye on that for a while. I know I did place a couple of big orders in the beginning, but there was so much on my wish list, I had to ration it all out. All right, so this is the little die set that goes along. It's supposed to coordinate with the next 3 months of Paper Pumpkin. So this will coordinate with one of the Paper Pumpkins. I think it's the one for this month. And then this one, this little leaf, I just thought was so cute. Whether you use it with Paper Pumpkin or just standalone, it's such a cute little die. And I will put these on a little magnetic sheet. In fact, let me show you what I have. I have this little sleeve. Now this is what I was talking about, adding little 4x6s. So these are close to my heart magnet sheets that I had left over from moving a bunch of my dies over to a magnet wall. So I saved all of these, but you can get 4x6 magnet sheets on Amazon. I'll link to some that I found. I just haven't found the 6x6 ones, unfortunately, but this is like this thank you, and these right here are from the last quarterly little Paper Pumpkin coordinating die set. This is another die set that's just a regular die set. It's just these 2 little strips, and so since it was a really small die set, I just added it to here. And these are little tiny dies that came with one of my hybrid embossing folders. There's an embossing folder that, or a die that coordinates with the embossing folder, and then there were these little extra pieces in there. So what I'll do with these is just add them here. And then this little envelope that I have is kind of like my extras envelope. In fact, I think I might turn it this way so that I remember, so I see sticking out. And then when I put them back in here, I'll see them sticking out since I'll be using those soon with the upcoming paper pumpkins. I can't tell you how often I've used this little thanks die. That has been a workhorse already. And then this little hexagon piece, it has been a really great die too. And also this butterfly, you can cut just the butterfly shape and use that on its own. But if you cut it together, so what I did when I used these is I lined them up and then I put a piece of Post-it tape to hold them in place, and then it cuts out, I was actually surprised when I cut it the first time because it not only cuts out all of these little pieces to add detail to the butterfly, but it also cuts out just around here and stays connected in the middle and around here. That way your little butterfly wings can lift up in the middle, which is so cool. When I originally got this, I thought it would just cut out these little pieces and it would just be a flat butterfly with the pieces, but no, it's really, really cool. So that was the last Paper Pumpkin add-on. It is still available, but it's only available to Paper Pumpkin subscribers, just, you know, an FYI. But I will link everything that I got down in the description below. I got this distressed tile embossing folder because my friend Julie did a beautiful layout using this and a cool technique with like a gold foil embossing powder kind of patina look. It was so cool. So this is a Julie made me do it. Had to get this embossing folder after seeing hers. And then I got these little mini alphabet dies. I had passed on them the first few orders that I placed because I did get the alphabet a la mode dies, but I keep seeing people using these and they're like a thicker font, like a bolder font. Let's see if I can get it off there. It's smaller, but it's bolder. So I had the alphabet a la mode, which I have a little piece right here, and this is what that looks like. So it's bigger, but what I've found is it doesn't work on every layout. So I have used it on a couple of layouts for titles, but because it's so skinny, it doesn't always make a substantial enough title. So this is smaller, but it's bolder. So, you know, it's just kind of different. And I've said here before, I'm a font nerd. I had to have all the fonts. And the other reason I passed on it before, this is really silly, I didn't like the little curl in the R. That's the only thing I didn't like. I didn't like the little curl in the font of the R, but I'm just gonna get past it because it's a great little set. And as you can see, they're all connected together. So what you can do is put a piece of paper and, you know, cut every piece at once, and you can keep the leftovers either in a little envelope or in a little organizer. Or what I will probably do is take, you know, just a little scrap and just put it over the ones that I want. And that way I'm just cutting the ones that I want. And then of course there's all of the little extra characters if you need those, and then punctuation, which is really nice. I love a set that has punctuation. So what I have been doing with these standalone sets is I save these envelopes, but I don't use them for the dies. I go ahead and add them to an envelope like this just because all of my other standalone dies are already in envelopes like this and I want them to match. So I will be repurposing these for other things and keeping my dies like this. All right, now let's look at some stamp sets. Now I just got back from Hawaii. In fact, this order was waiting for me when I got home, and we were at the beach a lot, obviously, so I had to get this beach day set. Now I already have a lot of kind of beachy themed stuff, but I've had my eye on this, and especially the dies. So I want to show you what I do with my dies. So I've already opened this and unpacked it, but you get more dies. This is how it is with all of Stampin' Up's die sets, is you get the ones that coordinate with the stamp set. So this lifeguard tower, for example, will coordinate with the lifeguard tower. But then there's also pieces to build on that. So if I want to cut the lifeguard tower and then add this little piece to it, and then let's see, this is for the palm tree. There's some other little pieces. I think this one will layer on here, and it shows in the catalog and online how they layer, but then they can be a standalone die. So you would layer this on there, and then there's this palm tree. So here's the trunk, and then the two pieces to form the palm tree. So I'm gonna have tons of use for that in my upcoming Hawaii layouts. These little grass The little surfboard matches the stamp. There's a little umbrella. So you get, oh, and then look at that cute little shell. That looks like it's a standalone one. But just the little circle for the beach ball. I mean, down to the tiniest ones, just the little seagull is there too. Sandcastle. Oh, here, this is another piece to the lifeguard tower. And then this cuts little waves, and this puts little details in the waves. Or this might be sand and then waves, but really, really fun set. And it comes on this 5x7 backer, so I know already that it's going to fit in here, but I wanted to show you what I do. I get this self-adhesive magnet sheet from Amazon. Again, I will link to this. You can use this in a sleeve too, and just don't peel off the back. But I actually have my son, my 8-year-old, loves doing this part. So I usually will stick the magnet on for him just because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and I want to make sure that gets right up to the edge and gets in there perfectly. So I do this, and then he comes in and he loves adding the dies to the magnet. So I'm going to save this for him, but you can see that it's all going to fit on there. But there are some sets that come on a bigger sheet, like a 6x6 or 7x7, and these are two of those sets. I have not had a problem getting them all to fit. In fact, my son did not have a problem getting them all to fit. So this is the Forever Forest. You can see this is not totally perfect. They were in here perfectly at one point, and then I used them and probably got them all shuffled around and messed up. Probably can move them all over a tiny bit. But he got them in, and see, they're in there. So I have not had a problem with that one. And then this was another really big die set because it has a really big piece here, but they're all in there. They kind of, you know, get a little bit shuffled, but they're in there. And if you do come across, I'm sure it will happen at some point, a set that does not all fit on one sheet, then you can just add another magnet sheet in here. Don't take the adhesive off the back, and then just have it, you know, leave it loose in here like that. So that is how I've been keeping the dies. The only downside is that you don't see any of the images of the dies on here. You know that the dies will cut out these stamps, but there's so many extra pieces that you know, are standalone that you don't know. You have to open this up to see, or refer back to the catalog to see the, you know, what you do with them. So that's the only downside. I really hope that at some point Stampin' Up! Puts the images, like Close to My Heart did with the Secret Garden thin cuts like this, just a little guide so you can see all of the dies that are included in there. That would be really, really handy. So anyways, I got this set finally, and I'm excited to use that. I even got a picture of my daughter in front of a lifeguard tower, and I made her pose, and she's like, I don't want to. I was like, but then that helps me rationalize the stamps that I've been wanting. So I said, I need to get the stamp set, so you need to smile. And she did. She understands. So anyways, there's that one. And then back to Hawaii, I got this one too because we saw sea turtles. In fact, we went to Poipu Beach, which is where in the evening a bunch of sea turtles come to the shore and just, you know, for the night. And we went and saw them, and we saw a whole bunch of them coming from the water, going up the shore. It was so, so cool. And I got a bunch of pictures, of course. So this stamp set is designed to these layer up. And let me show you, because there's actually only one big and one little turtle stamp in there. But what this is designed to do is you will put it on your block upside down to get that background image. So this is the side with the bumps on it. So you put it on your stamp like this. This is the smooth side, and then you'll ink this side up and stamp that first for the background color, what you see here as the light gray. And then you'll turn it over and put it on this way. This is the bumpy side. Ink it up and then stamp it in another color, and that's where you see the dark gray here. So that's how you get the two colors, and that's how this is designed. It's perfectly symmetrical, and if you're wondering why it's perfectly symmetrical, that is why. So you can do that. And then the little baby is just the same way, and I wonder if even the starfish is the same way. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. The starfish is the same way. The school of fish looks like it's just opposite So I just thought that was a fun set, and I will definitely get use out of that. There are no dies for this, unfortunately, so you would have to fussy cut this out, or it would actually be really pretty to make your own paper too, to stamp your own background paper. And then I got wild ferns just because I've had my eye on this. We did some hiking when I was in Vancouver, Canada with the Creative Design Team girls. We saw ferns, icy ferns. There were Hawaiian ferns in Hawaii. And then I also really love this background set here, but finally got this one, so I'm excited about that. This is a cling set, and it also does not have dies, so you would have to cut these out if you're going to use them. But again, they are also really great images for making your own pattern paper and random stamping it on the background. And then of course, you guys know I love the background stamps, so there is that. All right, last but not least, I wanted to show you this kit collection. This is Garden of Thanks, and this is brand new. So every month, I almost said close to my heart, Stampin' Up comes out with 2 new kit collections. And these are very similar to Paper Pumpkin, only they're available to everybody. And some of them include stamps and some of them don't. This one does include stamps. There are some that don't, and it is a lower price point. But you will come with a little Stampin' spot, the color that you need, if it does need a stamp. And then it comes with a little stamp set. And unfortunately, it's not printed on there. Hopefully you can see what it looks like. I think when I open this, you'll be able to see. Okay, I love these kits. If you're familiar with Close to My Heart's cut above kits, where basically everything was pre-cut for you, pre-designed, you just put it together, this is very, very similar to that. So these are the cards that are designed. You'll create 3 each of these 3 designs, and I usually get them to stretch further, and then my goal is to also create a layout with some of the kit as well. So I've done one video like that with a Paper Pumpkin kit, which is very similar to this. Oh, here we go. Here's the printable. So I forgot they give you this printable to put with the stamp set so you can see it better. And so then I can just keep this with the stamp. It comes in the other languages too. So there's that. All right, and then you get this heavy duty backer to help just protect and package everything. You get nice printed envelopes. So these ones actually are gold foil. That is so pretty. So all the envelopes have that on the flap. And then the envelope bases are all different. So you get 3 like this. And so what I usually will do is cut them in half and then mount this on just a white card base. And then I have an extra one that I can make another card with, either, you know, if there's leftovers from the kit, or use it on a layout, or just make a completely different card with other supplies that I have. So I can get 6 cards out of this by using white card bases that I already have. And then here, same thing with these ones. These all I can get 6 cards out of. So I will just cut them in half. And how pretty is this going to be on a layout? That is gorgeous. This has some gold foiling on it. So hopefully you can see that. These little outline leaves have the gold foil, and then the little dots here in the flowers. That is really, really pretty. I have found all of Stampin' Up kits to be just really beautiful. I love the designs, and there's a lot of thought and care that go into designing these, you can tell. All right, so here is one of the punch outs. So we will need only 3 of these. So 3 of this one and 3 of this one, so you have an extra. So what they try to do is basically get the most out of the paper. So you have to cut the paper a certain size to get 3, and then if they can fit extra, they will. So we can get an extra card, or at least an extra sentiment spot for the extra cards that we'll get out of these bases. And then the thank you on that one card, you'll just pop out of here. And if you wanted to use, I mean, I think even English speakers know what merci means. So if you wanted to use merci, or let's see, I wouldn't know the, is that German? I wouldn't know the German really. So you could use the merci and use the thank you and the merci, and there is the 6 cards. Of course, I'm probably butchering how you pronounce that. I'm sorry, Julie. Anyone else who speaks French. All right, and then here are the 3 die cut sheets for this one. So that is going to be this piece back here, and then this cluster back here, and this cluster here. So this is all 3 cards right here. So you don't have any extras of these big pieces. And then you don't have any extras of these. So these are supposed to be layered back here. So you can see there's the purpley one and the green one. But what you could do is just use one. So use one green one and don't use a purple one for 3 of them, and then you'll at least have one left over. You won't have this middle sprig, but maybe you could just use the purple on its own because it's so pretty, and a lot of it's covered up anyway. Even if you don't use any of these on the cards, let's say you've got that one and this one, you could put them together on their own card like this on one of those extra bases, and then just put the sentiment down here. Maybe tie a little ribbon or have some ribbon in the back, and you know, kind of do the same sort of thing. It actually comes with this blue twine, so you get everything you need to do the kit, including the little block. So adhesive, the twine, and then in here you have the basic instructions. There are picture instructions. And then you even have this ruler right here, and it tells you how much you need of the twine. So right here it'll tell you 15 inches of the twine. And then I usually have a little bit left over. It tells you exactly where to put the glue dots. If you want to even follow that, shows you exactly where to put the stamping. So you put this on your block, stamp it in the little stamping spot that you got, and then stamp it on the background there. And then you've got the cute little stamp set to keep too. So anyways, I hope that this was helpful, and if you're interested in any of these products, I have them linked down below, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming scrapbooking videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.